Hi, and welcome to another anime review. Yes, I have become officially a weeb. I have deeply entered into the anime community, and as I said, ups and downs, but it's mostly great. So I'm not talking particularly about that, because if you are in the anime community, you know how it is. Regardless if you're new to it or a grizzled old weep, we all know how it is, how it goes. So yeah, I don't need to explain it to you. Anyway, today I'm reviewing Naoki Urasawa's masterpiece, Monster. So, I'm not a manga reader. Uh, you could you know, you could dislike that, sure, but I've never been into reading books. I have read books, I know how it is, and I'm not a fan of it. I like something to unfold in front of my eyes because I'm a dumb fuck. I don't have imagination. And pictures aren't enough for me. I want them to move. I want them to interact. I want it to be a more, I don't know, real experience. But nonetheless, everybody has their tastes. I'm just an anime only watcher. It's not that bad. We are all human, okay? Let us accept ourselves for who we are. Yeah. If we're not rapists or murderers, that is. But apart from that, let's respect ourselves. Anyway, I'm getting carried away, as usual. So, Monster. So, Monster, uh, some people told me that it's not amazing. People told me that at the beginning is very great, very interesting, but towards the end or even in the middle chapters, the things are not very exciting, or should I say, shitty. I'm just quoting people who were what were they telling me? But there was some that said, "Oh, throughout it was an amazing journey. What a masterpiece." It's mixed receptions, mixed opinions. Always, you're not gonna see a unanimously agreed upon thing when it comes to anime. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just had to see it for myself and make my own opinion. Yeah, sounds pretty easy enough. Well, let me begin by saying that Monster is an absolute masterpiece. As I said in the beginning, this show is a complete masterpiece. It is really one of the best, most incredible works of art I've ever experienced. It was phenomenal. My top three animes so far, I would rate them in that order. Top three. Number three is Monster. Number two is Code Geass, and number one is Attack on Titan. I think this is a fair order. I think, because I watched Vinland Saga and a few others that were very good. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but I think that Monster is a bit as better than them in terms of quality. I know it's different, and I like to compare stuff, but although it may be different, the quality. It's more profound. More you feel it more. It's more impactful. So if you don't know anything about Monster, then you're one lucky fellow, and I highly recommend you watch it. That is, I don't want this video to be 4 minutes, so let's talk about it. So, Monster follows the tale of Dr. Kenzo Tenma, a neurosurgeon in Germany, in Dusseldorf, where he's just a, rank climbing, ambitious young man, young doctor who is married to the director's daughter. I mean, engaged, not married. And he lives a pretty successful life, and yeah, things are looking up for him. But one day, he is tasked with operating a boy who is shot in the head but still alive in critical condition, or saving the mayor. Obviously, the boy comes first, and obviously, conveniently, he is ordered to save the mayor because the mayor will fund the hospital, and it's a big win for the director, obviously, duh. So he said, "Fuck the kid, let's operate on the mayor. Come on, Dr. Tenema, these are the director's orders. Come on, come on." And, previously he chose to, operate on an opera singer. So one Turkish man who was rushed in first died, unfortunately. So he felt shitty about that, and he didn't want something like this to happen again, especially to a young boy. And yeah, he just chose the morally correct decision, and went against the director's orders and saved the boy's life miraculously. He was the only one who could do it. But unfortunately, the mayor died right after the operation, the successful operation of the boy. The mayor died, and and Tenma is the blame. It's to blame, Doctor Tenma. He. That's it. That's all your fault. All your fault. Not because we're shitty doctors. No, no. It's because you didn't operate on him. Go fuck yourselves. But anyway, I mean, how? Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. The video will be long enough anyway. So the whole story just turns upside down. It turns out he saved the fucking mass murderer. The boy turned out to be a fucking psycho. He lost his job. His fiance left him. Things are not looking cool, huh? And then he just resigned his job and went on a journey to finally kill and end Johann and his path of destruction. So the beginning premise is one of the best opening sequences I've ever seen. It's like Breaking Bad, the first episode, but in anime format. It's like the same level of quality. The pilot of Monster is so gripping. It puts you right in the fucking action, in the situation, in the world, and everything. And you just feel engrossed. I mean, I'm talking about myself. I mean, I don't know how you will feel. But me personally, I felt engrossed from the first episode. It just oozed quality. It oozed greatness, and I thought, okay, maybe it's gonna set the bar too high. I don't know. Will the next episodes be as good as this? And of course, my answer appeared to me. Yes, they were even better than the first few episodes. The story got very gripping. It felt like an episodic adventure, like different situations each episode, different characters each episode. It was a bit like Avatar season 1 when the gang is tasked to go to the Northern Water Tribe and learn water bending, but they go through many situations, meet many characters along the way. It feels similar to Avatar season 1. And of course, this show has nothing to do with Avatar in any way, shape, or form, but the episodic formula that it had was very good. Not only that, but it had a few very very great arcs. Like the first arc that really set the standard was the arc when there was like a German neo-Nazi gang led by the baby. He was their leader, and they were like trying to set the whole fucking town on fire along with the Turkish residents and everyone that is Turkish there because it's a Turkish place, I guess. The Turkish people live there, but anyway, it's neo-Nazi stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. Raise havoc, and that was all in the intention of summoning Johann. That was a signal for him to come and see what his pals have been doing, or something like that. Anyway, that arc was very good, very cool, very good. That was the first arc that really set standards, and the first very quality one, apart from the beginning sequence. Then you see the arc with Richard. Oh my fucking god. You see Richard, you see Dr. Reichwein, you see fucking different situation. You see Johann with Schuwald, I think he was called the Vampire of Bavaria, some very like old and I don't know, relentless businessman or some sort, some big shot. And there's some personal stuff with him and his son. It's a cool side story that at first glance didn't seem important to the main story, but it turns out it is a bit important. But anyway, Johann just causes havoc there too, and Richard, oh my god, that scene with Richard still gives me fucking goosebumps. Wait, would you care for a drink, Richard? That creepy smile as well. I'm gonna get into talking about Johann, but the way Richard went, him finally getting to meet his daughter. She was like the next day, he was gonna meet his daughter finally. You know, even maybe being together with his wife again, returning to normal, quitting alcohol. But Richard, as I said, had a very good arc, but it was a tragic one. It wasn't a happy one. He shot a 16-year-old boy who was supposedly a rapist, a fucking kidnapper, fucking thief, a horrible guy, horrible kid, more specifically, and he shot him, uh, while being drunk, apparently. So Johann just messes with his head, and he's like, "Oh, Richard, are you sure you were drunk that day? Hey, are you sure you were under the influence of alcohol when you shot that kid? Or were you just executing him because you felt like it? You're a guilty man, Richard. You deserve to be punished." When he said that, Richard was like, "Oh my god, he may be right. I may not have been drunk. I just may shot him out of pure fucking disgust. Oh my god, I'm a monster. Oh my god." And you see him trembling. His whole fucking body is shaking. And then when he said, "Oh, would you care for a drink, Richard?" And that's when he supposedly jumped off the fucking roof and died. But that was the first moment when we really see, at first glance, what Johann is capable of. And let me just say, before I continue with the arcs and shit, that Johann Liebert is, in my opinion, the greatest antagonist slash villain in any story ever written, ever to have existed. Yes, I believe Johann Liebert is the deepest, most sophisticated, most well written, and most confusing as fuck as well villain. But the whole mystery around him really is engrossing, really interesting. And yeah, that was the arc that really, really now made Monster already in episode 25. Fucking a masterpiece. I was short then, but the later episodes really emphasized that. There were a few good arcs as well. In one of them, my favorite character was introduced. Wolfgang Grimmer. Grimmer is my favorite character in Monster and one of the best characters in all of fiction, in my opinion. Wolfgang Grimmer was literally phenomenal. What a fucking character. Look, I want to call him a Chad, but that's an understatement. He was a buff Chad. Oh my god. No astrology sigma male, alpha male can even comprehend the awesomeness of Grimmer and his character. Wow, this he was like a journalist, a freelance writer, just searching for answers about the Kinderheim 511, the same orphanage Johann grew up in, and that was like grooming children to be fucking machine soldiers, insano, killing fucking machines, horrible people, emotionless vessels, and apparently Grimmer was one of them. He just didn't remember. When his memory returned, he remembers how he watched The Magnificent Steiner, and how that was in of itself an experiment also. And when he ever got in desperate situation, when he was backed into a corner, he would unconsciously turn into the Magnificent Steiner and fuck shit up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to die." Yeah, and then when he wakes up, it's like all of the 10 people who are trying to kill him are now fucking dead. Their heads smashed in. And he was like, "Oh, suppose I did it." Okay, the Magnificent Starter saves the day. Oh, that was amazing, dude. Also, there were characters like Detective Sook. He was not one of the best characters, but he was a gentle and good man, I would say. An honest cop. There was also Mr. Gillen, a psychiatrist, I think. Yeah, he was like with a tape recorder always when he was talking with anybody. Um, who else? Who would I? Oh yeah, of course. There's also Detective Lungay, the unrelenting, fucking insane bastard who was after Tenma the whole show, and then he realized, oh wait a minute, oh Tenma, you're not a killer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We could have a beer. I'm sorry, man. I made a mistake, man. I made a mistake. I know. It was like 50, 60 episodes me chasing you. Yeah, it's in the past now. Yeah, Lunge is one of the best characters. You see how his wife leaves him because he doesn't pay attention to her. How his daughter also is doesn't have the attention of her dad, and his family is all over the place, and his personal life is basically non-existent. So he is not a one-note character, to say the least, and the most hateable by far character is Roberto, the assassin hitman that is hired by Johann to kill inconvenient people. Roberto was a fucking fiend, a fucking creature from the depths of hell. He was like a cloud of misery. When wherever he was, death would follow. He was an absolute fucking venomous snake. Oh my god, this guy. He is easily one of the most hateable characters in all of fiction. Fuck Roberto, bro. Yeah. Fuck Roberto. Wow. This guy. Anyway. Yeah, he's still quality character, but annoying bastard. I hate him, okay? Anyway, if I'm leaving, oh yeah, and Ava Heinemann and Nina, the main two female characters. Like Ava had development, I really appreciated that, but Nina not so much. See, my name is Nino, and her name is Nina. Well, Anna Nina. I prefer to call her Nina. We share the same name, but I'll now be biased. She was not an incredible character as she was set up to be. No, she didn't have any development. The only development she went through was deciding that she needs to forgive Johann, not kill him at the end, and that's pretty much how far it goes. And yeah, Nina, good, serviceable character, but not incredibly amazing, if in my opinion. And of course, I'm not gonna end this review without mentioning the amazing Dr. Tenma. He was he was the perfect example of how human beings should not succumb to the things that try to disregard your humanity by basically killing somebody, taking one's life. But the most the thing that emphasizes the most about human feelings and human qualities is the death of Grimmer. It was spoiler alert. Yeah, this video is full of spoilers. But anyway, in the last arc, the Ruinheim arc, which I believe is the best arc in the whole show, it was amazing from beginning to end. But the most standout moment in that arc was, yeah, Grimmer's death. How he finally, you know, became human again. That's what he was saying. The Magnificent Steiner wasn't a monster. He tried to break out from that his monstrous self, and at the end, he became human again, just like him. He lost his son. His wife left him because he didn't feel any emotions when his son died. He wasn't a human being because he did not feel emotion. He just felt numbness because that's how he was, you know, how he grew up in the in Kinderheim 501, the orphanage. That's how he was raised. That's how he was developed to be. But finally, he realized he broke from that show, and his death was the most impactful in the whole show, and really made me cry. Yeah, I cried like a little bitch because my boy Grimmer died. He never got to have a beer with Lunge. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, the last arc was amazing, and the ending was interesting. The ending, I will think of this ending for many years to come, because it was so ambiguous, so not giving you the answer straight. It was like, use your imagination. You make up what happens to Johann when he talks to Tenma, apparently, in this daydream that Tenma was in. Who is the real monster? Was it the mother of the two children? Was it Klaus Pope? Or was it Johann? Who was the real monster? Who? Or was it everybody was the monster from the beginning? It was an insane ending that was unexplained. But you know what I mean if you watched the show. So basically, that's how the story progresses, that's how the story is, that's how the characters are presented in Monster. What do I think of a rating that this show deserves? I think this show from beginning to end was consistently incredible. There were some arcs better than others, but I overall think that this show warrants a complete 10 out of 10 in my book. And I think it's one of the greatest pieces of art ever created. And yeah, another anime review that is positive. That honestly haven't watched a bad anime so far. I know I'm only getting into anime, and I'm watching the highest rated shows. But yeah, so far I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. So thank you for watching. Oh, and before I leave, let me just say something. You may disagree with me, and I don't care. Monster is 1 quadrillion times better than Death Note. Yes, I said it. They are similar in style, but Monster crushes Death Note easily. Easily. I stand, I will die on that hill. I stand behind these words. Monster is a far superior show to Death Note. In my opinion. Let's fight in the comments if you want. Let's brawl it out. Let's let's have a toxic conversation about it if you want, but nothing will change my opinion. Monster is a better show than Death Note, and I want to end on that note. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed Monster, and if you haven't watched Monster, go to Zoro.to. That's a site for free anime. You can pirate it there in HD quality. I know it's not on streaming services currently, so if you want to watch it, pirate it in quality pirating, not shitty pirating. I just pirate all the anime for free. Yeah, got me if you like. I'm confessing. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, much more videos to come, many more videos to come. And hopefully I'll see you there. Thank you once again, stay safe, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. See ya.